What is the solution of f of x equals g of x over the interval of -1 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 4? We're going to solve this two different ways. First, let's start with the calculator. Come over to our calculator and press y equals. In y1, put your f of x equation. In y2, put your g of x equation. Then press zoom and 6 to plot in the standard window. Notice from the graph that you have two intersections or two solutions. But also remember that the question is asking for solutions between -1 and 4. Looking at a graph, our x value here is less than -1, so it will not be a solution in that range. So therefore we are looking for this solution right here, which looks like x is equal to 1. We're going to go to our table to see if we can find an exact answer. Second table. Here we're looking at x values from -1 to 4, and we're looking for y values that are the same for our two equations. And that occurs at x is equal to 1, y is equal to 8. Now let's solve this algebraically. First, set f of x is equal to g of x. Since we have a quadratic equation, we're going to set this equal to 0. To do so, we're going to add -3x minus 5 to both sides of our equation. Now we have -3x squared minus 2x plus 5 equals 0. Next, we need to factor our equation. So taking a look at our x squared coefficient, we notice it is not 1. So when it's not 1, we have to multiply that by our constant term. So we have -3 times 5 is equal to -15. Then we ask ourselves, what factors of -15 will add to give us -2? These are -5 and 3. So next we're going to rewrite our equation, substituting -5x and 3x for -2. Then we're going to group our terms for factoring. I'm going to group -3x squared and 3x, -5x, and 5. Factoring -3x from the first group, I get x minus 1. Factoring a -5 from the second group, I get x minus 1. Since my parenthetical information is the same, I can regroup to write -3x minus 5 times x minus 1 is equal to 0. Now to solve for x, I'm going to set each one of my factors equal to 0 to solve. -3x minus 5 equals 0. -3x equals 5. X equals -5/3. My second factor is x minus 1. Setting that equal to 0, I get x equals 1. Taking a look again at a range here, the x must be between -1 and 4. -5/3 is less than -1, so we can eliminate that x value. 1 falls between those two values, so we're going to take x is equal to 1, plug it into our g of x equation, and solve for y. This gives us 3 plus 5 is equal to y. 8 is equal to y. So algebraically, we also get the solution of 1, 8. This is solution B.